Let's get you in the loop on the new AlphaTheta Euphonia Mixer. This is not our full review of this. I haven't had this anywhere near long enough. This is an insanely expensive, insanely professional DJ mixer. And so here I'm going to give you the things you need to know right from the off about this. By the way, if you do want to watch a in-depth review of this now, I don't even know if he's done it, but I'm going to guess he has. You should go and watch Mojax's review. I was looking at Mojax's channel and some of the videos he's made in the last year or so. I think he's got about 10 Rotary mixer reviews. The guy is really into his Rotary mixers. So I've given you a choice already if you'd rather not have the quick first tour of it from me. But if you're with me for this, let's take a look and see what makes this what is immediately, obviously, a special mixer. So it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got wood on the sides here. It's got this kind of two height thing going on. It's metal. It is clearly an extremely expensively built mixer, which goes with this extremely high price. It also weighs about the same amount as a turntable. It's ridiculous. So this is a solid piece of kit for sure. Now, Rotary mixers with controls like this tend to be analog. And that means that all the circuitry in it has got no audio interface. It doesn't go anywhere near your computer or anything like that. This is different. This is a hybrid mixer. So it's got the analog feel and the warmth, and it's got a Rupert Neve Designs transformer in it, which is definitely analog and all that stuff. But it's definitely a digital mixer. I mean, take a look around the back of the unit. We've got our digital inputs on the mixer around the back here. We've also got our audio interface here. I've actually got some music playing straight from rekordbox on my computer on this. So it is a digital mixer. It's got an extremely high quality analog digital analog converter built into it, giving wonderful sound quality. So in itself, a Rotary mixer that's digital is definitely unusual. But of course, there's something else here that's unusual. It's got this screen. Now, it's not a touch screen, but it is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, it's currently set in VU meter mode, but it's not just showing the output. These are the two decks that I've got playing on the unit individually. And if I had two more playing, you'd see 4 level meters there. It's got this spectrum analyzer here as well. And you can switch the view to this kind of this kind of digital view where you keep the spectrum analyzer, but you get kind of more traditional VU meters. Here's the master meter. Because it's currently turned down, you can't see anything else going on there. Really unusual and quite typical of this company to do something like this that just kind of pushes the envelope a little bit. Again, I should expect at the kind of price we're looking at here. So if you are old enough to remember the old Uri Rotary mixers, my colleague Steve was telling me when they first installed the DJ booth at Ministry of Sound, they had one in there. It wasn't just a mixer. No, what they did was have a big analog mixer that looks very similar to this section here. But then they had an isolator. We'll talk about the isolator in a minute, which was a 19-inch rack-mounted thing. And then they had a kind of a tape effects unit that gave all the tape style effects, delays and reverbs and echoes and so on, which is this bit here. So what we're really getting here is what used to be in 3 separate boxes in DJ booths before digital hit and everything kind of changed, all kind of built into one box here. And I'll talk to you about what this does when we play some music in a second, but just hold that thought. This is the kind of thing that Kerry Chandler or Masters at Work, those kind of people would have wanted on their, would have had on their rider and would have expected to see as separate units in DJ booths when they were playing back in the day. So this is again why it's hybrid. You're getting the kind of old school layout and the old school feel of the way this is all wired together, which we're going to look at in a second, but it's in a modern unit that's got digital smarts as well. Speaking of the way the bits wire together, it has got an effects unit here, but it's only one effects unit, so there's no filters or anything like we might be used to down here. The effects are used via send and returns, via classic send and returns. You send the channel to the effects unit that you want, and then you return it using this knob here. And so if you want to kill whatever's going on in the effect entirely, you turn this one down. If you want to just send stuff to it and take it out, then you'll use these ones to do that. And the isolator can also send to the master effect unit as well, but only one effect unit. And if you look closely at the effect unit, the effects themselves are very limited. We've got high pass filter, delay, tape echo, echo verb, reverb, and shimmer, which is basically another kind of reverb. Then we've got the time. Now the time goes from a 16th of a beat up to 1 beat, so we can't have long 4 beat or 8 beat things going on here. And there's a lot of effects missing. These are the classic effects that you would expect to see back a generation ago. Parameter and return level are giving you how much of the effect you hear. Two different ways of making it more extreme and sending it back to the master output. So what have we got so far then? We've got a hybrid mixer. That is, it looks analog, but it's actually digital. It's got a screen in that's unlike anything else we've seen. And it's got those 3 big parts that you used to get in Pro DJ booths pre-digital. The mixer section, no crossfader or anything, with no filters or anything like we have on modern mixers. Just a very standard 3-band EQ. It's actually only got 1 microphone channel, the usual headphone stuff, but basically a very standard mixer. And then you've got the effects, which you just talked about, with a send return to get stuff to and from them. But then the third part of the equation here, of course, is the isolator up here. Now, if you've never seen an isolator before, it used to be standard in all DJ booths. It's kind of the EQ that goes on after here. So at this point, let's get some music playing. Let's turn up our master and have a little listen to it. So what I've actually got here is a beat playing here that I've taken the bass out of. And then here I've got a piece of music. If we take the beat out of that, you can hear that I've tailed off the highs and the mids in order to give me just that kind of low muffly bass section of that song. So we'll assume I'm DJing now, and this is what I've come up with. This is a nice long slow mix. These mixers are designed for nice long slow mixes. This is what I'm doing. But instead of using the EQs here to further trim the sound now, I can use the isolators up here, and of course I could have 2 more channels going. I could have all kinds of stuff blended together here. I could have some percussion, I could have a vocal loop or whatever. And the idea is that we could use these to affect the whole audio, and the spectrum analyzer here will show that. Furthermore, the effects can be sent from here as well as from here. So if I wanted to put an effect onto what's going on here, I've got a delay effect set now. That delay effect is being sent from this channel to here and back again, so it's only affecting that. But I could say, send the high frequencies of the whole mix to the same delay effect. And obviously that's going to work with other frequencies as well. So you can see there's lots of different ways of routing the audio through this thing. Okay, let's talk now about something that's absolutely batshit crazy that I've discovered about this. I think it's brilliant. It's typical, like, wow, how did they do that? Isn't that awesome? So up here, we've got a knob that affects the quarter, eighth, 16th, half, 1 beat. It's the length of the delay in this case that I've got set. Now, you can probably hear that's clicking, right, when it hits, which is fair enough. You know, you'd think it would, because you generally want these delays to be on the beat, right? But if you go to a reverb and then you want to have a play with that, look, the click has gone away. There's no click going on there. The same with the shimmer is a reverb, and the reverb is straight reverb. No click. As soon as you go to something that has got a rhythmic element, i.e. an echo or delay, the click comes back. How awesome is that? Should we just have a listen to these effects while we're here? So that's the delay, tape echo. Echo verb, which is echo and reverb together. Straight reverb. And a shimmer reverb. You know, this mixer is probably not for you. If you're not used to rotary mixers, you don't play the kind of music that the Masters at Work and the Kerry Chandlers and the Louis Vegas and so on of this world play. You're not playing 7, 8, 9-minute mixes that you're blending and re-sculpting, songs that haven't got much going on in them, and it's all about what you're doing on the mixer to lift the energy and add the tension and release and all that, right? All that is just not how you play. This is not the mixer for you. Those DJs work hard, but what they're doing is very, very different to kind of open format, fast, quick mixing styles and all that, or mobile DJ, or even, you know, tech house and all that. Now, interestingly, the way that everything can be routed in here is very similar to the way you might use a Model 1 or a V10 mixer, but they're better suited to those genres of music, whereas this is definitely suited to the kind of classic house style. I always think of New York, but that's just me, of stuff. Not least because, yes, it's only got one effects unit built into it, but you're not really meant to just leave it there, because around the back we can plug in different effects units here. Not only have we got the ability to plug in something to use on the send effects being the ones that are sent from the channels here, or indeed from the isolator up here, but there is also a master insert around the back as well, where you can plug in a second unit to put over the whole output of this unit. So it's designed for sound sculpting, it's designed for smooth mixing, and it is an incredible mixer, but it's probably not for you, because you're probably not that kind of DJ. It's hyper niche. And it's also extremely expensive. It's easily the most expensive mixer I've ever had on this desk. And I think, recording this before it comes out, but I think it's going to be about 3,800 euros, which is about the same in dollars, about 3,000 UK pounds, I'm guessing. The full rundown of that is going to be in the written piece that accompanies this video. So it's a niche thing in all kinds of ways. It is gorgeous. It's the AlphaTheta Euphonia. I hope I've said that right. And now you're in the loop. If you've enjoyed this as ever, do give us a thumbs up, do subscribe to the channel. But until next time, get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you again very soon.